Welcome back to Off the Record. What an interesting chat it's been with you, Akka. I'm with Padma Bhushan awardee Alarmel Valli. Everybody knows her, so I'm not going to go into the introduction again. We are very honoured to be presenting her on the 18th of October at Samutta Venkateswara Rao Hall in a concert called Poetry in Motion, but it's a poem called Vigil by Arundhati Subramanian.
But it has been exceptionally difficult doing, because until now, I remember some years ago someone asked me, many years ago, and I said, oh, in Bharatanatyam I will not present anything in English because the cadences of the language can't be translated and so on.
You said that.
I was very clear. But we change, we grow, and as we evolve, you never know in which direction your dance will take you. So I'm doing this poem because I love it and I feel that I'm ready to do it.
So when did you hear it first? I mean, did Arundhati...
Vigil, I've read the poem, and when we were talking about the poems that I was going to present, and the concept came together in discussion with Arundhati, I had asked her, can you please tell me, I want to present one of your poems since I love it so much. How about writing a poem? And then she said, there is a poem I wrote with dancers in mind. And there was a time when, the sandalwood paste, the heroine who made sandalwood paste, the Nayika, who wove garlands of flowers, she was scoffed at. If you were a modern woman, you cannot associate with that kind of emotion, with yearning. So she wrote Vigil, which is about the paradox that within you, the modern woman is capable of that same yearning. And there are moments, it is not all the time, but there are moments when you can identify with that larger than life epic feeling, which is captured in these poems maybe. So it is about moments of convergence and divergence when you identify with that Nayika, and moments when you step back.
But what was it like? All three of you are very strong personalities. Arundhati the poet, you the dancer, and Rajkumar Bharati the composer. So were there any...
no, absolutely not. I think I could not have done this poem without long hours of discussion with Arundhati. At every point, it's not an option which you have with other poets. With a living poet, it's different. But the thing was to capture the tonal shifts. It's also very abstract. So that abstraction, to translate that into dance. And I have done what I usually do with all my other poems, embroidered a poem around a poem. So it is as much my poem around Arundhati's poem. It's a coming together of the two strands harmoniously. So it's been extremely difficult, but one thing I do feel that, there might be some people who feel it's an English poem, so only with a modern dance idiom you can translate it. You shouldn't be in costume and so on. I don't feel that's true. I feel any language and any poetic idiom can be translated in any dance form. And I have used the classical idiom, and here I'd like to quote Arundhati. She says the alchemy of classical dance lies in converting the then and there into the here and now, to taking that codified language and to making it a language of the self. So this is quoting Arundhati, but she's expressed it beautifully, and that's precisely what I have tried to do with Vigil. So it's, there's irony, it's wry, it's contemplative, it's introspective, and Rajkumar Bharati has been the ideal composer because he's so, he adapts to anything that you ask of him, and so spontaneously, very generously and imaginatively.
Well, I don't think we should tell the audience any more about the show because they have to come and see it on the 18th of October. But what I'd like to ask you is, you've traveled so far, you've had so many fascinating experiences, both symbolically and literally, I mean metaphorically. You've composed so much, choreographed so much, lived so many exciting times. So where do you see yourself now, or what kind of place do you think you are in now?
I don't know, I can't speak of any place that I am at. It is a continuous journey. It's been a wonderfully rich path that I have been going down. And this is amazing because dance keeps opening up. That path, you don't know what's ahead of you, but suddenly it keeps opening up. It's, the mist keeps receding, the horizon keeps receding. To use another analogy, it's like a gem into which facets are constantly being cut. And you can cut an infinite number of facets. So as I change, as the dance changes, as I experience, it's a marvelous magical process where it keeps suddenly appearing afresh, anew, and you change with it. So I don't know where the journey will take me, but I hope I can continue with integrity and with joy to go down that
I mean,
path.
this is like how the horizon keeps moving further as Ulysses keeps
Yes.
traveling. It's very
Yes,
much
it's
like
precisely
that.
like that.
You know, I heard you for the first time. I heard you before I saw you when I was a 6-year-old child at Chowdhury Memorial Hall in Bangalore. And I remember thinking, what a voice. I still remember that moment. And you sound the same, you look the same. And hopefully when we meet you, whenever next year or the year after that, you will be the same.
I'm very touched. Thank you, Anu, and I hope what you say is true. Thank you.
We're really looking forward to this performance on the 18th of October. So
I'm really looking forward to this performance too, because Madras is the place where I have grown, I've been enriched, where I've drawn all my inspiration. And my favorite audiences are here, and I'm saying this without any intention at flattery, because this is my home, it is the place where I've grown as an artist. So I'm looking forward to doing it here.
So lovely, 18th, and thank you for this conversation.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you for joining us.